Hello, hello. Hi, Thino, how's it going? You are indeed first. Welcome in. I will hydrate in your honor. Thank you for that reminder. I'm drinking an energy drink because today is just one of those days. Holy shit. Hi, Chips. How you doing? Not always swell. It's time for it's after the 4th of July, so that means it's Halloween now, right? The underground. We're gonna be doing sprints today. In the underground. Oh my god, if I could type, that'd be cool. Crystal blue. I love David Bowie so fucking much. Alright, let's get some ambient cafe sounds going. Occasionally, these cafe sounds scare me while I'm writing, because all of a sudden there'll be a random man in the background going, and I'm like, oh Jesus, and I think it's like somebody in the room with me, and it's not. It's just the fucking ambient cafe noises. Trying to figure out what to do because my shift got canceled. It's like, yay, on the plus side, I don't have to go to work, but also boo because now what? Hopefully you can do something kind of relaxing, maybe? Hi, Carol, how you doing? Welcome in. I have to set up this thing so that way I can start working on this novella, and then with my powers combined I will have 3 novellas when I had before 0 novellas. Crazy. I want to go live in this specific opening scene to the labyrinth. That's what I want. Away. I just want to go stand in the park and be sad in the rain while my dog barks at me. Fighting off that week out depression. Yeah, I got so much shit to do today. It's crazy. I've been like really hustling to get projects done, and it's been intense. But I am pretty much doing good. I do have a couple of announcements for everybody, and I'm going to be kind of annoying about it again because this is my life. So sorry, you guys follow an entrepreneur, so I have to be really fucking annoying. I'm so sorry. But I do have exciting news, and that exciting news is that this is way out in the future, obviously, way far. But I am going to be launching another backer kit project later on this year. It's going to be in October. And it's for Mirror Gaze. It's for my fantasy novella, Mirror Gaze, which is effectively Frozen, if Frozen didn't suck. So if you like those kinds of books, or if you're looking for a really short book to read that's relatively affordable, this is going to be that bad boy. This campaign, I'm not even joking, is going to have a funding goal of $900, which is crazy. Crazy. So this is going to be probably the lightest backer kit campaign I've ever done in my life, so it should be very easy for us to get to our goal. But that is in the future, and right now, the only thing that's available is this really cool pre-launch page. So, if you want to learn more about the book, what kind of stuff it's got in it, what kind of, content is in it overall, and what the goal for the campaign is, this is a good place to do so, and I'm currently looking for followers on this campaign. I'm a part of that cool Backer Kit collective again, and they're very nice, but they want me to get up to 25 followers by the end of this month. So if you're interested in just kind of hitting the follow button and being cool and joining the thing, it's totally free to do so, and you can follow the link there. Share it with your friends. If you like Disney but are pissed off that they have 0 representation, this is definitely the book for you. The quick pitch is that it's an adult fairy tale fantasy novella, and it's about a princess. Her name is Ayun, and she is blind. Her sister blinded her with magic when she was a baby, when they were kids anyway. And when her sister Nayeli unleashes a magic bomb on their kingdom, she has to try and figure out if it's better to be loyal to her own sister and try and stop the magic, or to just do everything that she can to protect her kingdom. And she's blind, so that shit is crazy. It has a happily ever after ending. It has queer representation, because the older sister is indeed a lesbian, and Ayun's best friend and bodyguard is non-binary. Every single character, every major main character in this book is a person of color, except for Yona, because they're white. So that's the only white person in the main cast. It has disability representation. Ayun herself is a blind princess, and her sister Nayeli is suffering from PTSD. And there's no spice. There is some romance and one little kissy kiss, but there's no sex. None of that in here. It's clean, it's for everybody, and it's very fun. As a note, this is not an Own Voices novel. Obviously, I am not blind or physically disabled. But I did a lot of research to make sure that this novel is as authentic as possible for this character. So that's my spiel. I'm going to be sending this to everybody to try and get that going. But I'm very excited because I do think that the campaign is going to be, like, if I can reach, like, this particular backer kit campaign with all of the add-ons and stuff that everybody bought for Court of Snakes, I hit like $2,700. Shit is crazy. That is the most money that I've made via a backer kit campaign or any crowdfunding campaign ever. So what I'm hoping is that because I'm releasing this novella in the fall, that it's going to be just like, this is going to be a crazy way to just like rocket this thing into the sun, and I'm very excited about it, so y'all should check it out. That's my big old announcement. For those of you who did the backer kit for Court of Snakes, I'm going to be ordering rewards today, and unfortunately they won't be able to make it out before I move to Canada, but they will be released or in your hands in early August, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay, now this book is going to be called How to Make Rollo's Life Miserable. What if I called this first opening section Perestroika? Is that what that was called? Perestroika. I think that was what it was called. Yeah, Perestroika! I'm going to do that. I think that is a great idea. Can I capitalize this P? Can I capitalize this P? This is not a capital P. And I don't have a Russian keyboard. Yes, give me capital P. Perestroika. Okay, there we go. I did it. So we're going to be doing sprints today, obviously. I'm going to be working on this novella. It's going to be kind of a casual stream. So, otherwise, I'm still waiting on whether or not I made the shortlist for Witch in the Woods. I think they're planning on announcing that tomorrow, so hopefully I'll have good news on stream and just be able to be like, yes, I am indeed a finalist in this contest. Like, because I think this, where I'm at right now, is considered semi-finalist, right? That's like, sort of, semi-final. Also, I'm in the top 1,000 for the open novella contest, which is kind of fucking insane. So that's cool. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get that going at that point and do that. So let me know what you all are working on, and we'll do our first sprint, which is only 14 minutes. It's a teeny weeny little sprint. We're going to listen to Rollo's music today. We're going to write Chaos. I am going to have to probably spend most of this sprint researching, because I need to look up specific NGO programs during Perestroika to try and figure out what happened to Rollo to get him into Russia, and that's going to be gross. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into research. Let me know what kind of fun stuff you've got plans today, yeah, I will see you all at the end of this 14 minutes. Here we go. Gonna jump out of Sprint real quick to say thanks to Jimmy for that sub over on YouTube. You rock. Thank you so much. All right. Welcome in, Lear. How you doing? I don't know who Ben Mason is, but fuck that guy. Yep. Fuck him. Oh, actually, just kidding. Ben is not here. Hold on. Wait. We needed a different white kid. Hold on. Different white kid. The whole reason that that Rolo's here is because Ben isn't here. Quick. This kid's name is Cody. Yeah, fuck Cody. No, it's actually it's partially Ben's fault. The premise of this is, I don't want to say like super complicated, and I have to try and figure out how to continue to incorporate the fantasy elements into this particular piece, because this is about Rollo. But the premise is effectively that the University of Burlington, Vermont, got a grant from the state to participate in the Finnish Friendship Program, I think was what it was called. Let me hold on. Let me look at my fucking research. The Finnish Soviet Friendship Society. So those guys reached out to the U.S. The U.S. gave the University of Burlington a grant. They needed 5 boys and 5 girls in order to go on an exchange trip to Moscow, because Gorbachev is trying to set up perestroika to try and get U.S. or rather Western and Soviet relations up. Ben Mason was the kid that dropped out of the exchange program, and in order to go, they need one more male student. The student has to come from the University of Burlington, so despite desperately failing his, I would call it probably intermediate Russian course, Rollo, super eager to get the fuck away from his mom, signed every single waiver humanly possible, and is now in Moscow drinking out of a communal carbonated water fountain. So, woo! Witch in the Woods. Oh, I need something alliterative that word. Why are you freezing? Can I help you? Okay, it's anger. I angered it. I enraged Microsoft Word. Oh, see, now here's my problem. Is I was originally going to call this one the poltergeist in the attic, but we have the witch in the woods, the wolf in the walls, and then I really the oh god, I need something else. Hold on. Oh, but what if I fuck up the alliteration? This is hard. This is obnoxious. Oh, this is annoying. This is... I'm trying to get... Oh, man. Not me trying... Again, like, The Wolf in the Walls and The Witch in the Woods were such easy titles to come up with. This is rough. Oh, this is the worst. Oh, this is bad. All right, y'all. I need the collective power of human brainstorming. We need to make a title for this book, and it has to fit these requirements. 1, it needs to be the monster in the something. So we have witch in the woods, wolf in the walls, and then we're dealing with Rollo, who is a poltergeist, okay? But poltergeist is kind of long. So we got wraith, we've got ghost. We could use poltergeist. But we need it to either, 1, match alliteration and match starting words. Or we need to cry, because holy shit, this is awful. Hold on. Gross. Okay, this is dumb. See, I think, unfortunately... Let me double check. Oh, you're right. Geist. Geist is not bad. I was like, can you use Geist by itself? But you're right. We could use Geist. We could just use Geist. Caro, unfortunately, Rollo is not a domovoi, so in this particular, lore that I have set up for my books, he's more like a revenant later on, but he's more so just a spirit itself, versus like a domovoi. At least I think about how a domovoi is more like a house spirit. So related, but not quite. And it's not necessarily the word ghost that I'm worried about. It's more like, what is the location? And I need it to be alliterative, which is the problem. So this is... Okay, hold on. Wait a second. I think Geist might be cooking. Yeah, because he himself, I don't think would be classified as a domovoy. Because while the domovoy also has like poltergeist qualities, it's more considered a fairy, and he himself is like not a fairy in classification. All right, so these are my options. I'm gonna write them down, and you guys, I'm not gonna do an official Twitch poll because I'm lazy, but let me know what you think about these. Hold on. Which is the best one? Which ones do you like the most? Give me just a second here. Okay, but maybe it doesn't have to be supernatural. Hold on. Okay, that one's not bad. Hold on, I'm gonna give us 3 options. 3 options. I would like it to be supernatural, but that doesn't have to be the case. Hold on, I'm cooking up one more. Hold on. Ooh, okay, wait. Okay, so the last one at least fits the... Oh, I did not maintain my enters. That's fine. The last one fits the W theme, so we got Witch in the Woods, Wolf in the Walls, and then the 3 options we have are the Geist in the Gears, the Rogue on the Rails, so it's not quite 100% the same, but also hints at the fucking train, and then the Wraith in the Wreckage. So I don't know if any of those tickle your guys' fancy. These, of course, are all like work in progress, but I need something to like just throw in here really quick. So whichever one is your guys' favorite, let me know, and we'll use that. Okay, I'm gonna wait for other people to give answers. Lear, help. Lear, help. Oh god, you guys, you gotta coordinate. Okay, hold on. Let me go get Jace really quick. He needs to help me. Hold on, I'll be right back. 1 second. Jace. Can you help me very quick, like 5 seconds? I got some help inside my fucking title. Help! Okay, Jace. Okay, we got Wolf, Witch in the Woods, Wolf in the Walls. So is the answer Geist in the Gears, Rogue on the Rails, or Wraith in the Wreckage?
Well, I think you started with the W's, and so I think because you got Witch in the Woods and Wolf in the Walls, so Wraith in the Wreckage.
Okay, Jace is the tiebreaker. Wraith wins.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just thematically.
You and Carol are on the same page. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. This was very helpful. Holy shit, this was so stressful. Okay. Okay, holy god. All right, we're done. Holy shit. Yeah, it's tough because it's not to say that a domovoy, of course, is not like a ghost or like a spirit. I think in this like actually surprisingly, domovoy have not been touched on at all in this series, which is interesting. But I think we got there. Point is we fucking got there. Oh my god, that was so stressful. Thank you for your input, you guys. That was really, really helpful. So now effectively, I have to figure out how to get him. Okay, I don't need Wolf in the Walls anymore. This can go. I need to figure out how to get him from... This is 800 words. I'm at around 400. I gotta try and, like, effectively wrap up how he got here. This is rough. Yeah, because the obviously American and Soviet hostilities were like really, really high, and so Rollo is not qualified to be there, and thereby would be the perfect target for the mafia to be like, "Hey, you look like some stupid schmuck that doesn't know what he's doing." This is crazy. Lord. But yeah, no, this is all Ben's fault. So Ben Mason dropped out, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we need a replacement male student." And they were like, "Quick, get this dumbass." And he's like, "A chance to leave my mom? Sign me the fuck up." And then that's how we ended up here. So thank you for working with me through that issue. That was intense. Intense. Also, I'm going to be really annoying, so sorry for those of you who have already heard this. Cal, if you want to sign up to be a follower on my Backer Kit pre-launch page, I'm trying to get to 25, and that would be very cool if you wanted to hit the follow button. So that way I can appease the Backer Kit people. Yeah, this book, I say fairy. Fairy is rough because I recognize fairy is kind of loaded with like Celtic context. But this thing is definitely like Eastern European as shit. I might go back and re-release a new version of Brady. I'll put it on my to-do list for the 10th anniversary re-release to translate some Russian from book 4 into Ukrainian. In the new release versions. So we're gonna do that. It'll be kind of interesting to make it more accurate because now I know better. Thank you for doing the Backer Kit. I appreciate you. I think this will be an easy campaign to get there. It'll be good. One way ticket to the back of the wall. Cool. Now I'm at 10. Woo! Woo! I'm gonna share it with everybody on in other places as well. So that way I can just pump it up. But, okay, I'm going to be good, and I'm going to go jump back into sprints now. We are doing a slightly longer sprint. Crazy. Yeah, because I even have things like Slua classified as fairies in my lore, which they're not. They're more demonic, but it's like, I have to be able to give Zarkoshche something to rule over. Yes. But Zarkoshche is a funny guy. He's a funny little guy. You got it. Okay, cool. Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and jump back into this 17-minute sprint. So I'm going to go back to figuring out how to get Rollo from point A to point B. So I will be back in 17 minutes. Here we go. Alright. We are stuck in ad hell, but I think this is working. Oh my god. The amount of research is insane, but worth it. I should have known. I was like, man, probably Liz's is gonna be bad. I knew going into this that this was gonna be research hell, but I'm learning a lot, I guess. I love how, things, are falling into place here, though. I think this is working out. Welcome back from ads as well. For those of you who just came back, how did everybody do? I'm sitting around 900 words, so I have successfully gone through the first plot point, or the intro, I should say. And now I have to get through this inciting incident. I need to jump to another spot here, I think. And actually, yeah, that means that I'm going to need this. I can turn this off. I'm going to need this, this, whoa, this. Okay. Crazy. He's not a funny little guy. He's a sad wet blank. He's only sad because he was used to being a king for a little bit, and then, a punk 10-year-old in his family ruined that for him. Maybe he needs to stop, like, capturing princesses and stuff. I feel like, because we have such little, like, solid and consistent folklore on Zarkosche, I'm like, I want to know what he does in his spare time, you know what I mean? I feel like that was the basis of throwing him in there as, like, a Brady villain, is like, I want to know what this dude does on the weekends. I have questions. I just imagine, and I recognize this is totally and culturally inaccurate, but I imagine that Zarkosche looks like this. Where is he? Dandy! Dandy and friends! I feel like he looks like this. And I recognize that this... Oh god, I need to open this so that everybody can see. I recognize that this is not accurate at all, but in my mind... Or this specifically, whatever the hell this was for BBC. This. In my mind... Cover this man in some beetle armor and add some antlers, and then you've got Zarkosche. I fucking love him. He's just a silly guy, you know. He's trying to go about his day and with a whole bottle of champagne in his hair, and just trying to, you know, rule over the masses of the fairy realm, and nobody wants to listen. He needs it, and he needs Chort to be his accountant because he can't do math. Yeah, that's the vibe. So, did I take some liberties? Yes. Am I mad about those liberties? No. I am tired, y'all. I feel like I need to figure out how to, like, regain faith in humanity, because I feel like being on the internet over the last couple days has completely sapped my faith in humanity, and I don't know how I'm supposed to be, like, an internet a person who sells goods on the internet, because, like, holy shit. I'm worried about it. UBC requires everyone to take a placement test for foreign languages because they want to make sure you're not over or underqualified, and properly placing yourself counts as academic misconduct because they don't want people milking easy A's. Gee, what a fucking concept. Crazy. So when do you have to do that? Oh, you're doing it right now for your Japanese test? Yeah, interesting. Yep. I just am like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can't deal with Americans anymore. I feel like a lot of my like zhuzh for life has been sucked out of my butthole, and I don't know how to put it back in. I feel like Vlad the Impaler was over near me and did some shit, and I don't like that. Oh, I almost dropped my dice on the ground. That would have been sad. I don't remember when we got back from the last sprint, so I'm just going to kind of sit here awkwardly. But if nobody's hanging out in chat, that's okay, and I'll just jump back into it, so... Oh god, I was going to make a joke, but it was low-hanging fruit. Honestly, at this point... I don't know, I'm just concerned about it. I feel like a lot of what I'm doing is, like, fruitless, you know? Yeah, because I can't abandon, the internet, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way I make money. And, I don't find a lot of satisfaction in producing work and then just kind of making it for myself, you know what I mean? So that's where that gets hard, is it's like, I have to be on the internet, but, like, people are literally, really, really dumb. And, it might be just, like, a I'm in America thing, you know, and as soon as I go to, like a place like Vancouver has literally some of the top academic institutions in the world, so the chances of you running into people who are above average intelligent and have better, critical thinking skills are more likely, right, versus, like... Here, it's more likely that you're going to run into somebody, like, wearing effectively the modern American equivalent of, like, a Nazi armband. You know, just, like, where I live in Colorado. It's, like, less likely, but still not impossible. Which, to me, of course, like, tells me that that person can't critically think, you know? So, it's hard. It's hard. And... I think what's the most difficult about this is wanting to run a business in publishing during the age of AI, and I'm having to constantly teach people, that, like, you know, there are ways to, like, I guess, fact-check information and double-check things to make sure that you're, like, on the right path. So, like, for example... I was, like, in the Discord, I was rambling about the, like, AI, or, like, Reddit thread where they're trying to figure out if an image is an AI, and this person is literally willing to toss their student under the bus because they're willing to claim that the picture is AI. And I got a message from a mod being like, hey, by the way, AI checkers are not allowed because they're found to be unreliable. And it's like, okay, so despite me not only also using the AI checker, but also providing other evidence as to why this image is not AI, because I was able to find the business that was in the back of the photo, and there's only one of them in the entire United States, right? So despite providing that, just because I have an AI image checker in the background, you immediately discredit the whole post, right? So what that tells me is that the people in that Reddit thread are more interested in trying to use their own eyes to judge whether or not an image is AI, rather than use an actual academic tool to determine whether or not it's AI. So that would be like, in this case, the equivalent of that would be if somebody looked up at the sun and said, that sun, the sun is close. The sun is a pinprick hole in the sky. and there's a big fire on the outside of it, and so we're looking through effectively a tiny little hole to the blistering, raging inferno of the universe on the outside. And a person came up and said, well, hey, using empirical data and also using a telescope and using all of these other things that we have, here's a photo that the Hubble Space Telescope took of the surface of the sun that shows that the sun is not indeed a pinprick in the sky, but it is an actual ball of gas that's floating out beyond our atmosphere. And our atmosphere is not like a cover that goes around the outside of the Earth, but it's a cluster of gas and reflective particles, which makes it look like the sky. And then that person looked at them and went, well, that's not what I see with my eyes. What I see with my eyes is a pinprick in the fabric of the sky. And that's what the sun is. And that is insane to me. That is like the equivalent of somebody being like, well, the Earth is flat because I can see the edge from here. And mathematicians are going, well, no, it's round because we can do math and we can see that, based on these empirical data tools that we have, that it is not indeed flat, it is round. And the other person goes, well, actually, we don't allow for math in this forum because it's been proven to be unreliable. And it's like your eyeballs are fucking reliable, you absolute freak. So, that, it concerns me. It concerns me that, even news organizations like now this, everybody's been joking about that photo of Mitch McConnell being AI generated. And
some people genuinely believe
that's what I'm saying, is that we're actually to the point, because, sometimes it's haha funny. It can be haha funny to, think about the theoreticals behind this. Right, but my major concern is that you have news organizations, and granted, they're a little bit they can be a little bit BuzzFeedy. That's the way that I'm going to say this, for now this as a news organization, and for haha funnies, and to try and I think diffuse the tension around the situation, which is not a bad thing. You have reporters going onto the street being like, hey, people are saying that this photo of Mitch McConnell is AI generated, so we decided to do a street poll. What's your opinion? And of course, they're going and getting opinions from people on the street. And a lot of people are like, no, it's AI. It's AI. And so the end of that video, though, they have 8 checks towards yes, it's AI, and 0 checks towards no, it's not, with no effort made by the reporter to go, okay, well, people think it's AI, but here's the evidence that shows that it's not. So there, even regular mainstream media organizations are fueling people's desire to just effectively point at any photographic or video evidence that we have of actual things occurring, going, haha, AI. And what they don't realize that's happening is what happens if you Uno reverse that, right? What happens if somebody is what happened, a tragedy happened here in the U.S. 2 days ago where another innocent person was shot by ICE. So what happens if that video goes onto the internet and everyone goes, AI? And then when you try and tell them, no, this is body cam footage from the officers, this is cell phone footage from multiple witnesses, we have the videos from multiple angles. And I think about what happened with Renee Good, where people were AI generating aerial footage of her car to try and prove that she was going to run the officer over, when that aerial footage never existed. It was just AI. And so now we're to the point where no one will believe anything that they see, even if you can irrefutably prove it using technology that's one, not possible, or it's a real photo, all of those things. And they're doing things like zooming in on blurry JPEGs to look at, quote, text that's AI-generated text, when in reality it's a blurry JPEG, right? And so, what are we supposed to do with those people? And then that comes back to me mostly because I'm running a publishing business where it is my word against the world that I do not use generative AI tools to do shit, right? And there are some common sense things that you can do to avoid misinformation. If I go, for example, and Google, can you give me, a step-by-step breakdown of how, exchange programs from Finland and the U.S. to the Soviet Union worked in the year 1986, what mechanisms were at play, etc. And I get academic resources from different scholarship websites or from, Soviet magazines at the time. Even if it's from the Gemini AI, I can click on the links, just like you would with Wikipedia, and know that their sources are accurate. If all of those links are from Reddit, I can't use that information. So the question isn't, can I use Gemini AI to Google? It's, are you double checking your fucking sources? And I don't think people are doing that. And so then what happens when my books happen to get checked off by an AI detector, right? Or somebody tries to accuse me because I used an M dash. Like here's an M dash that I typed right here. That I'm AI, and how do I convince the general public that my anti-AI stance is explicitly anti-generative AI, and I'm also not going to throw other authors under the bus for using like Grammarly to grammar check their work, right? Like I feel like it's just such a fucking tangled mess that like I just can't deal with people, Like yeah, the critical thinking is it took a severe hit. So I'm kind of hoping that being in another country is going to help, because as of right now, like legit Americans are cooked, I think. Like it's
And you'll unfortunately still have to deal
oh yeah,
with
you're gonna
online.
deal with two brain cell dudes everywhere. Like yeah, it's
Yeah.
not to say that you escape them permanently, but like
Yeah.
holy shit.
And like they're everywhere on the internet as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and Americans are pretty far-reaching. I will never forget that time that TikTok got temporarily banned in the U.S., and all the Canadians were like, thank God they're gone! Like, it was actually fucking funny, and I feel super, super bad, because it's like, that's the reality of what we're looking at, is that, like, people are eager to get the American diaspora off of the internet, off of Beyonce's internet, because like what the fuck? So like I can't even imagine. And of course, like I think the main issue with this is that the US algorithms are tuned to be effectively rage bait farms. And so things that are low critical thinking are things that are going to be low critical thinking and easy clickbait are going to be the things that circulate the fastest. So unfortunately, is Mitch McConnell AI is that thing that circulates, right? So it is a mess. It is a mess. And then, my job is to sit in the middle of all of that fucking soup and try and get Americans to read, right? My whole product is, read this for your enjoyment. But if people are that media illiterate, it's like, it's effectively trying to like sell a chemistry set. That's not even a good example. It's like trying to sell a KitchenAid mixer to someone who doesn't know how to use a spoon.
Or doesn't know how light switches work.
Yeah, doesn't know how to plug the thing into the wall. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where I'm at. It's fucking crazy. So I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And it's hard. Oh my god. I mean, America's considered an idiot country where I am. Yeah, and I mean, I'm in the idiot country and I consider it. That's why I'm leaving, right? It's like, oh my god. It's bad. It's bad. So yeah, definitely no shade to that, because you're right. I mean, there are obviously clusters. I think that's really where we run into an issue as a country, is that there are clusters of people that are very, very, very smart. And so if you're going to places that naturally have more academia, so like Washington, D.C., for example, has really good universities. Funny story. Hold on. I can show everybody my stupid Japanese George Washington. Hold on, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. This is my shirt. It actually says fucking Tomodachi, I think, on the bottom. I don't remember. I can't. Jace, you can read Japanese. I think it says like friend.
Oh yeah, Tomodachi.
Yeah, Tomodachi. Yeah, it says Tomodachi. So that's funny. That's super funny. Little Tomodachi George Washington. But the reason that I have this shirt is because Japan and Washington D.C. have a very friendly relationship, or at least historically they used to. I can't say that anymore. And there's like an entire memorial in Washington, D.C. for the Hiroshima and Nagasaki tragedies that happened, and cherry trees that are dedicated as symbols of friendship between the U.S. and Japan in order to, try and bridge that gap after something like that happens. So the people in Washington, D.C., point being, you step off trains there, and it's like every ethnic and like nationality minority is present in Washington, D.C. You're going to walk 5 feet, and all of a sudden there's going to be another foreign national or another tourist from somewhere all over the world. And so I think that naturally leads to like better critical thinking, better global understanding. Like those kinds of people are cool. So like New York City's kind of the same way, where it's like, yeah, it's a little stinky, it's a little crusty, rats are surfing down the fucking stairs on slices of pizza, but at least the the critical thinking there is a little bit better because people are interconnected in that way. Versus if you go to like Elkhart, Indiana, there's going to be 4 white people and a cow, and that's going to be your demographic there, and those people are not going to understand. And then you have those people who are moving from those very remote areas into big cities because they're hungry for job opportunities, because their job opportunities in their rural towns are disappearing because of the administrative policies that are being put into place. So they have no work, and then they're forced to immigrate into a city, and then all of a sudden they're around like a person of color for the first time, and their fucking head explodes. So it's like that's kind of where we're at, and it's a very weird place to be. So on that note, I'm just going to continue writing about these American kids trapped in the Soviet Union in 1986. It's relevant, I promise. But yeah, I don't know. So point being, I appreciate you guys and how much interest you take in my work and how much attention you give it, because it really does mean a lot to me to know that I'm not invisible, because here in the US I feel invisible. I would argue, I wonder what the actual number is. What percentage of the US are avid readers? 14%. 14%. Maybe if we get lucky, 25%. But I would say, yeah, it's probably about 1 in 5. 1 in 5 people are going to be actually excited about reading multiple books. And so it can be really hard to try and sell work in that situation. Mm-hmm. Hi, Chungus. I finished painting my Trench Crusade Plague Knight. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. That's so cool. Miniature painting is so hard. I would be scared my hands would be shaky and I wouldn't be able to do it. That's so cool. Well, I'm going to stop ranting. I'm chill. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just having a mild crash out. It's chill. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump back into this sprint. We got another 16-minute sprint, so let me know what you're working on, what kind of cool things you've been doing lately. For those of you who have popped into the stream really quick before I go, if you're interested in signing up for my backer kit campaign, it's a free just email check, and they want me to hit 25 followers by the end of this month. So if you want to click this little linky, put in your email. I don't spam any emails or anything. You'll get maybe 2 or 3 emails from it. But getting to that 25 is really important. I'm currently at 10. Oh, currently at 11. Heck yeah, I'm currently at 11. So if we can get up to 25, that would be amazing. So if you want to sign up, it's there. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into the sprint. So I'll see you all in about 16 minutes. Here we go. All right. I did it. I'm at about 1,500 words now. Things are coming along. This is an insane amount of research. My brain hurts. That's okay though. BRB, I'm going to go make some nalyashniki. That sounds good. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. My Polish is garbage. Apparently, I need to work on that shit. That's all that I'm learning. Let me see if I butchered the hell out of that. Well, I wonder if that's similar to, like the thin, the, like, blishki from, like Russian cuisine. Oh, I think I was maybe okay. I was actually maybe kind of close. I'm gonna need Caro to confirm when they get back. But yeah, I think it should be nalyashniki. Yeah, nalyashniki. Yeah. It's similar to Russian, but it doesn't use the same letters, so my brain gets confused. But we got Rolo. Rolo's working in a shipyard, and he's about to meet a bunch of mobsters. Get good. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, Cal. I like to pride myself in being able to at least authentically pronounce a bunch of shit, because at the end of the day, it makes me sad when, like I was very pleased to like going from, I guess, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where the actor for the male eagle bearer couldn't figure out whether it was like Athena, like he couldn't pick one for Athena. He just couldn't fucking figure it out. Going to the Danish actor for male Eivor, or for Odin in Valhalla, saying Genungagap, was such a big fucking difference to me, and I'm like, holy shit, this man can speak words. This man can speak words, and it was crazy. So God bless that Danish guy. But it's almost like if you actually hire people from the area that they're supposed to be from, that like they actually speak the fucking language. Crazy. So that was very refreshing. So I like to be able to at least pronounce foods correctly. It makes me sad when people look at like, I don't know, even like Latin foods here in Colorado. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have heard jalapeno or tortilla in my life. It physically hurts me. Or I think about that one guy at Tokyo Joe's who was like edamames instead of edamame. Or like it was edamame, truly. But yeah, edamames. I think about that shit a lot. Edamames. I don't know. It was bad. Or like my grandpa from South Carolina being like, "Get me some shaki." It's like, Jesus Christ. Guys, it's 4 letters. Yeah, like hacky sacky. Yeah, just stop. Bad. It's bad. But I really love Eastern European food too. Like galupsi is probably one of my favorite dishes of all time. Everybody likes a good cabbage roll. You know what I'm saying? You take some meat, you shove it in a thing, and you roll the cabbage up, and you cook that son of a bitch. And that shit's good. It's just tasty. Oh wow, this is the shortest sprint of all time. Apparently, the dice gods are punishing me today. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go just do my quick little, like, 10-minute sprinto here real fast, and I'll be back in just a little bit. So I'll see you all in just a second. Here we go. All right. Slowly. This intro is definitely taking a little bit longer than I imagined, but I think we're getting to a good point here. I think I'm gonna just make this Anatoly, I'm not gonna lie. So at least I know who this is. Okay, so I still haven't been rejected from that EA job, and I'm kind of scared. This is actually kind of high-key crazy. This is crazy. I'm like looking for... whether or not, like, I have any updates on this. I can't find it. Time to go to the EA careers page and look at it. And stare at it until something happens. I also haven't been rejected from Icon either. But I don't know about that one. That one is, that's questionable. I haven't heard back. The job is still open for the graphic designer, though. You know, honestly, though, that's okay, though, because then you can do a refresher to relearn all the foundations and stuff. Like, I'd rather take a course again to be like, oh, yeah, I forgot this stuff, but also know that you're not going to, like, literally be struggling the whole time because you have a better foundation than other people. You know what I'm saying? I think I may have accidentally deleted this email. I think I did. I did. I'm a dumbass. But damn, I applied on June 30th, and it is currently July 14th. And I still haven't gotten a rejection from EA, actually. That's kind of crazy, because the screenshot artist, they rejected in like 24 hours. They did hire somebody for that, though. But it looks like it takes them about, maybe like 3 months to get through the whole hiring process, because that screenshot artist that I got rejected, or position I got rejected from, that was on April 8th, was when I applied, and the job had already been open for, I think, like a month before that, and so maybe it's like 3 or 4 months. So then I applied for the graphic designer position, or graphic illustrator position, got rejected from that within a week, so that means that I survived the initial cull, but didn't survive after that, and then this one is now going on 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah, so they're probably narrowing down and getting ready to send out, like...
I swear to God, if I get an interview with EA, I'm gonna explode, actually. Like, that would be crazy. And I will expect to eventually get laid off, because that's how fucking EA works, apparently.
Yeah.
But that'd be crazy.
Yep.
I just wish to know. I wish to know. I have questions. I just wish to not be jobless in Canada and to be able to also sell my shit in Canada. That would be nice.
It would be super nice.
It would be very cool.
Yep.
But yeah.
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 Oh, also speaking of Canada, my mom was saying that her and Dad were discussing when they could come out to visit, and they were saying potentially Mother's Day they'd be able to get their like finances and stuff.
Oh, that's like May. Yeah, that's cool.
So
That'd be kind of fun.
Yep, in which like I'll be done with school for the summer.
Oh dang! Yeah.
Like,
So that'll be nice.
It'll be super nice, and my brothers were wanting to come too, so
that's fun.
They were gonna just like rent an Airbnb because like there's not enough room for us.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, unfortunately, we have enough room to sleep 4 people, and any more, and that's uncomfortable. That would be like 4 people squeezed into the apartment. You know, it would not be very good.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love my parents. I love how my mom is like, yeah, we're gonna come out in November, and then you guys are gonna come back in December, and then we're gonna come out in January. And then we're gonna come out in March for your birthday. And I'm like, holy shit! Like, are you guys okay? Like, I love them to death, but I also don't know how to tell them that, like, to some extent, I'm like, the whole reason I'm leaving America is to get the fuck away from everybody. So it's like, my family is not explicitly the problem, but I'm like, I would be happy if I did not speak to an American for like 8 months.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
whereas my family's like, we'll come out once a year, maybe.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah. It's like it's just fucking funny.
But also, like, I think about how like they're just so used to being far away from family, and your family's not. Yeah.
Well, I do think it's funny. My parents, I feel like, have visited me and this apartment more times in the last 4 months than they have in the 2, or not even 4 months, really 3 months, than they have in the last 2 years that we've lived here. And I'm like, oh my god, it's like you guys think I'm gonna you think I'm getting into a rocket ship and I'm going to Mars. Like, I'm just not fucking coming back. I'm like,
well,
guys,
object permanence is hit.
It's literally 3 hours away by plane, guys. It's not that far. It would be like if I was moving from, like, Munich to Paris. You know, like, how far away is actually Munich to Paris? That's gotta be not that far. Actually, no, it's farther than Munich to Paris. It's a 2-hour flight from Munich to Paris. Okay, so it would be like, hold on. It would be like moving... God, it's even farther than Munich to London. Like, but it's really not that far. Like, I think my mom's preconception of how far away shit is as well is crazy. Like, the U.S. is actually chungus. It is just, like, it is so fucking far to get from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
It's like moving from Munich to Moscow. Like, yeah, so the amount of shit that there's just so much dead air in the United States. I feel like all of a sudden you fly over the Rockies on that west side and it's like, welcome to nothing. And you're just like, oh wow, this is a lizard is here. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Ah, fuck. That's funny to me though. That's funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, I think they're kind of freaking out. It is pretty silly.
Yeah.
I recognize like fuel costs though right now are all sorts of fucked up, so I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, here's hoping it like calms down, maybe.
I mean, you know, it really depends on big old prickle pants.
Yeah, it is a 3-hour flight. I thought it was a 4-hour flight for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's 3. Well, and it was 4 the last time because we had to do that weird layover in Seattle. Yeah, no, it's like direct. It's literally just 3 hours. It's like, it really ain't that bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do another Another round of sprints. Man, now I want whatever Caro is making. I want Nalyashniki. The closest Russian... Oh, did you know the UK's trying to ban the Masha and the Bear cartoon? Because they're arguing it's communist propaganda. I'm not even fucking joking. Like, I wish that was a joke.
Okay.
I just am mad that this stuff that I'm working on, like writing stuff about Russia and about, you know, like dealing with the propaganda in the 80s and all of that shit is so fucking relevant. I saw that article and I was like, what did this little CGI girl do to you? Like, I'm sure that there is like some level of cultural propaganda in it, in the same way that if you're watching like an American cartoon, you can't really escape the propaganda just because it's like it's tied so culturally to us. So like I'm trying to think of good examples. Like obviously there are more political cartoons, even if they're not intentionally political. Like I think about like Boondocks, for example. That's got a lot of like socio-political shit going on in it just because of the nature of the show. But like even shows like gosh, I'm trying to think, like the Proud Family, that's for kids, but there's a lot of inherent political shit in it. Like I haven't watched the new Proud Family, but I was watching an episode where one of the Gross sisters is trying to like blend into society because she's trying to get a job to better herself, and she has to paint herself brown because the Gross sisters are blue, right? They're like weird Harlem caricatures of black kids, right? Which is totally intentional. But even that in itself is a political statement, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
You
I
have to
can't
change
imagine.
the color of your skin to get a job.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I'm not saying I can't imagine that Masha and the Bear is any more politically charged than that. I'm like, this is about a 6-year-old and a bear, dude. Like, what could possibly like this isn't Squirrel and Hedgehog, you know? Like this is not. What the fuck? They're the officials, and now to be fair, some of it is pushback from Ukraine that are trying to argue that it's a Kremlin propaganda tool, and it's because they're pointing at specific episodes where apparently Masha is wearing Soviet-era border guard and tank crew uniforms, is humming old Soviet military songs, and they're arguing that this normalizes Soviet symbolism. But the actual studio that made it rejects these claims, and they're like, "Yo, this is a movie about a girl and her friendship with a bear, dude. Like, we can't erase that some of us grew up in the Soviet period, and so these kinds of things are normal for us." That would be like if a place got mad at like Toy Story for depicting green army men, right? It's like, we have army dudes. Like that's just the way that it goes. I haven't personally seen Masha and the Bear, but I would be curious to watch it. Apparently, all of the episodes are available on Netflix, so we could go watch it if we wanted to. I wish to know about this girl and her friendship with her bear. Crazy. But yeah, on that note, I rolled literally. I thought that 10 minutes was the shortest sprint of all time. I was wrong. The only way that this could be shorter would be if I rolled a 1 on each dice. But I somehow rolled a 2 on each dice, and I don't know what this is. So I'm going to just go into this micro sprint, I guess. Okay. And then we'll probably do one final one. Oh, well, actually, I have a meeting at 2 with a student, unfortunately, so I have to, this will be my last one.
I was going to run to the store for us, because we needed
to get shrimp.
And tomatoes. I also have a prescription to pick up.
Cool.
So,
shrimp. Scrumps.
So, do we need anything else from the store?
Let me look at my master list so that I can know. Oh, if you're going to Target, you need to get a head for your toothbrush.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me make this.
But otherwise, no. So, shrimp, the heirloom, like, cherry tomatoes, and, maybe some kind of, like, fun salad dressing. Well, actually, we have miso vinegar, or vinaigrette salad dressing, and we also have my leftover jalapeno green goddess dressing from Crisp and Green, so I'm probably going to use that on mine, but if we want to leave the salad unseasoned effectively, then people can choose, like, ranch dressing, or miso, or balsamic vinaigrette, or, in my case, I'm going to use the green goddess.
Shrimp, cherry tomatoes, toothbrush, head, oops.
Look at it close. to me is wasting
Description.
your
Is there anything else?
time. No, I think that's it.
That's it? Okay.
Unless you want to get more oven baked cookies, so that way we can be depressed and eat cookies. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this last 6-minute sprint. And I guess I will see you when you get back from the.
Yeah. Which card should I grab?
Oh, here, you want to bring me my wallet? It should be, well, it should be the one with Garden of the Gods on it.
Garden of the Gods.
Yeah. So, coolio. Well, I watched Masha and the Bear when my little sister was small. Sometimes I wanted the bear to eat the little girl, but oh my god, she behaves like a kid. Yeah, all I know of the show is that Masha is annoying as shit. Yeah, that's all that I've heard. It's understandable. It's like watching Dora the Explorer here in the US, and you're like, man, I wish Swiper the Fox would legit just take Dora out. That would make that better. That's rough. Also, how are your Naleshniki? Hopefully they're good. What do you like to put on your Naleshniki? Let me know. I want to know more about your food. I'm hungry, and now I've been thinking about like Bilinitsky and stuff, so I need to consume. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into this last sprint, so that way I do get one more before I have to go meet with the student. So I will be right back to wrap up stream. And if I do have to, like, run for whatever reason, I did want to say thank you to everybody who went and followed the campaign this morning. I really do appreciate it. We now have 11. Our power grows slowly but surely. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do this really quick, and I will be back. Here we go. Well, I spent the last of that 6 minutes doing research. What a surprise. Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead and call it here and wrap this up for the day so that way I'm not late to my meeting with this student and I can stand up and take a brief break and stuff before I have to jump in. I usually eat them without any topping, but sometimes I put a tablespoon of sugar. Oh, that sounds so good. Yum. I imagine with like jam, that would be also really, really good. That sounds pretty dang tasty. I haven't had like anything crepe-like in a long time. We in America are nasty, and we'll have our like we make French-style crepes. So they're thin, I would say, like your guys is, and less like pancakes. But Americans are gross, and they'll just put ultra sugary, ultra sweet canned or tinned pie filling into our crepes with a shitload of canned Ready Whip instant whipped cream. It's bad, but they are good. It is effectively just like high cholesterol, a sugar bomb punch to the throat, and I love them. They are nasty, but I would go for a good like European style crepe. Actually, it sounds really hella good. A Turkish crepe place just opened across the street from me, and it was like all of a sudden I had the gelato when I was like back in Greece. It was great, so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go though. Thank you everybody for hanging out, and thanks again to Jimmy Anderson for the sub over on YouTube. I really do appreciate that a lot. That was awesome. I'll be back tomorrow with some Heaven's Equal work, and I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. So I'll see you then. Stay cool if you're in a heat wave, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.